Jerome is in the comments. He's like, what happens to him happens to all of happens. He said, what happens to him happens to all. It becomes case law. Close your eyes. Don't make it go away. Okay, but can we hear what happened first? We don't have no idea. We don't know. And everything that's going to happen to him is not going to happen to all of us, because I would never tell my son that his first option in a fight is to stab somebody. I wouldn't say that. You understand? Now, I didn't even want to talk about this until the end, but I would not tell my son to do the way he did that. You understand? I personally teach my son, before you bust somebody's ass, you make a scene. You make it known that this person is bothering you. You understand? You let the teachers know. You let me know. You make it known. You understand? I always tell my son, if you feel threatened and somebody's going to hurt you, you say it loud enough where there's enough witnesses to hear you. Don't put your hands on me. You understand? To me, he could have easily, if he felt that he was justified to be in that tent, he could have literally just went to one of the teachers or one of the coaches and say, yo, they're tripping over here. They won't let me in this tent. You understand? That, to me, could have squashed it all. When they told him to get out, he could have been like, well, I'm entitled to be here. Let me go get somebody. You know what I'm saying? I just feel that discernment, and I teach my son discernment. You understand? Because everything, we, like I said, we're emotional people. You understand what I'm saying? This is why I had my son in martial arts from the time he was 3. You know what I mean? I made sure he knew how to fight, boxing, Muay Thai, all that stuff. My son is good at blocking. He's hard to hit. I remember one time in, I guess, like 3rd grade, because he had bullies at first. I thought, oh, no, we're going to nip this in the bud. So I started putting him in martial arts. So then one time he had this kid, black kid, and bullying him at school or whatever. And one day on the playground, he was, trying to hit Shiloh, and Shiloh was like wax on, wax off. He wasn't able to hit him. So all the kids started laughing. So the boy kept trying to hit Shiloh, and Shiloh kept blocking him, and everybody started laughing. So then he told my son, well, I'll just shoot you. Now you escalating it way, way out of proportion. You understand? But the reason why it didn't end bad for my son or this boy, because my son made a scene and made it known that this boy was bothering him, and a teacher heard it and saw it, and that boy was expelled from the school immediately, never seen him again. You understand? That's what I would teach my son. You understand? But that's just me. You understand what I'm saying? I just feel like if somebody's bullying you and you feel harassed, you have to make it known to the teachers. You have to make it known to the school. You have to make it known to everybody within earshot that's there. You understand? Then now if you bust their ass and all that, now you justify because everybody done heard it. Oh yeah, they was bullying. Oh yeah, we saw. You see what I'm saying? Now we don't know if that happened because we don't know any of the evidence. Okay. And listen, somebody's talking about this case in Texas. Case scene. I didn't hear about this. Okay. And it's 2 hours from where Carmela's trial is. I have to look into this because I haven't heard nothing about it. So I wonder why it's not, readily explained. They had a active shooter yesterday in Texas. Who did that? You know what I'm saying? So Dominique says, because of the court of public opinion matters when dealing with Black people. The court of public opinion matters when dealing with all people. It's not just us. And we have to remember, Black people act like we're the only people in this country. This country is made up by people from hundreds of countries. It's not just us. It matters for anybody that goes to court for something. How the public views it is important because that's the jury. That is why I just wish everybody would just shut up and let these people alone and, not even listen to the media so that they can get a fair trial. I wish that the media wouldn't even be allowed to report things like this until they go to trial. Now, somebody's in here saying Black privilege is out of control. A lot of white people believe that, the tables have turned and Black people, get away with a lot today. You understand what I'm saying? So, it just depends on where you stand. You understand? A lot of white people feel like DEI cuts them out. You understand? And I don't think that's fair either. You understand? I am a person of balance. I feel like everything should be balanced and everybody can be happy and we can move forward in peace. As long as the scales are unbalanced, you're going to always have these fights. Somebody says in the comment, Austin could have done the same thing, went to an authority figure, so we are divided on that. Right. However, that boy was in his team's tent. You understand? And he told that other boy to get out. Okay. So when he told, if I'm somewhere and I come in somewhere and somebody tell me to get out, I'm going to go and get the authorities or whoever I need to verify and let them know I'm supposed to be here. I'm allowed to be here, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to just, I mean, I'm old school. I come from a time where we used to fist fight. You understand? We used to fight. You know what I mean? These kids today, I guess they don't know how to fight. Because I honestly feel that situation wasn't nothing that hands could not have handled. You understand? I don't know. Did the other boy have a knife? That's what I'm saying. These are all the things that we don't know yet. Now, if the other kids had weapons, then he was justified. You understand? And somebody saying, why are they sweeping case under the rug? I don't know anything about the case, love. Can you, elaborate in the comments?
All right.
But I will.
The mother spoke and the rep representing the family or helping the family spoke as well. I'll link to the full press conference and everything in the box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it. And